Hello and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. First off, it is good to be back. Had a pleasant break, one that was much needed, not so much to get away from Transport Fever, but to get away from work and spend some time with Eversay. That was well worth it. I feel refreshed and ready to go. Probably up until the new year we'll be doing this and finishing it off, taking it into the modern day. It might go longer, who knows. I'm enjoying it. I've been messing with some figures and watching the network, so I have some ideas for some tweaks without changing the network too much. We are going to tweak it a little bit. A few improved junctions here and there. Obviously we've got our new impressive and beefy electric locomotives. They'll be put into service on some of our older lines which very much need it. We'll also be improving our huge coal and iron line that runs from Italy all the way to Switzerland, where we are now in Brig, and it's kind of quiet, isn't it? Which is nice considering how busy the network actually is. We have a lot of trains moving around, a lot of lines, but it's great to see that it has its quiet moments even in the busiest stations. Alright, here we are, UI's up. Our money's not too bad. Can we... I want to do something. This wasn't expected. I didn't really think we'd have the money. Where are our big boys? Our big double loco iron train and coal train. It's here, isn't it? There's one. Mr. Roscoe is up into the... I don't know where he is. We're just heading in. Goodness me. This might work out quite well. We want to do something with this junction, or I do. I would like to tidy it up a bit. There's a few things that could be done just to improve the throughput on this junction. Widening this section for one, because we have a couple of trains running this way, and I would like our big boys, especially if we're going to introduce a third, to run on the outside here, as it could get quite congested. But the main thing we need to do, and the reason why I didn't do it immediately, is ensure that these are making enough profit by improving the loco to wagon ratio. You got to make most of the power, haven't you, of the loco, otherwise you're spending money and not carrying much. I don't think that applies so much for a passenger wagon or a passenger service, as that's definitely frequency. It's not frequency so much for your industries. Depending on what you got to balance. This coal train, Robbie Coltrane, of course, is going to need a little bit of an update as well. We'll probably improve the track as well to high speed. I think that's something that could speed up our network just a little bit, the freight side of things. Our passenger network is all on high speed track. But that won't be to increase the maximum speed, as we don't have any wagons that I believe that break the slow speed limit. They might be 5 kilometers over. So yeah, it would improve the top speed, but mainly the cornering. We could squeeze a few kilometers an hour out of the corners, which all adds up, doesn't it? Improves the network, improves the flow. Right, let's wait for payday, and then we'll do something about our iron trains, which is going to be a huge improvement. As soon as he pays up, which he will. That's not what I was going to say, but I have got money on the mind when I see this guy pull in. Right, there we go. 64 million in the bank. Now, what we got here? Train 6 is going to be sold. I'm going to try and get this to work as a single train. Yeah, it's going to be this one, Jeremy Irons, or Jeremy the Iron Train. He's going to get a makeover, and we can afford it. So what we'll do is we'll manage it, and we'll straight up replace it. I'm going to try this one, the Series 1042. Not sure if that's how it should be pronounced, or the Series 1042, or the Series 1042. Take your pick. One of those will be correct. Kind of beefy. It is an Austrian train. However, it wouldn't be out of the realms of possibility to bring in a European train, would it? Or a European loco, especially somewhere like Switzerland, sitting in the middle of so many countries. So yes, we're going to try this one out, and we're going to get us our new wagons on. We're going to stick to SBB because we're solely operating within Switzerland, and we're just going to bung a load on and try and eyeball it a little bit. We'll have some old ones on. I know it's rusty, but it also is a little bit faded, which is what I like. And then we'll go with these, not those, the grey ones. There we go. We'll throw some of these on the back as well. I don't know what capacity, what sort of money we're looking at. 36.9 million. I think that will be good to start with, and then we can monitor it. When train 6 pulls into the station, we'll sell it. We may need to lengthen this platform with a single train, just to make sure that it keeps its stores below wastage amounts, or the overfilled, overburdened, overcrowded. Where's our iron train? Here he comes. Now, before that, it was, I know, ignore the red. Our buses are going to lose, our trams are going to lose money. I don't mind. Get those passengers onto the money earners. We can probably improve that junction, couldn't we, as well? I bet that's a bit slow. Yeah, we could make that a little bit nippier, especially with our faster train. Not so much for pulling out, but for releasing the train so it can get up to speed sooner. Obviously, the longer the train, the longer you're limited by the back end being over slower speed limits. So you have to bear that in mind when you're working on your network. Right, while we don't have a train, what was the speed again? You weren't paying attention. 41? 62. Well, there you go, straight away. I would prefer it faster. I don't want to change the network too much, just to improve a single junction. 68. That's pleasant, isn't it? From 41 to 68. And we'll get us a waypoint on here, just for a bit of extra scenery. We could put one on here as well. Another thing I would like to do is release trains from this place here, from this signal, this junction, sooner. So if our iron train and our, what is that, fuel train, is it fuel by the time it passes here? It is, isn't it? It's taking it up that way. Yeah, if they pass, we'd like those to release sooner. The other signal's way up there, so this would be ideal. And we'll just, not that one, I want to use this one. There we go, we'll stick that there. Should have put it on one way, but you didn't. Not that it matters. I just like to keep things tidy. There we go. There we go. That should speed that up. As soon as he's in, we're going to let him unload, because I would like the materials to actually be in here. We're going to have to improve the steel train as well, because it's going to start to get a lot more throughput. We're selling him. That's it. Right. We're down to a single train, and we're going to make that work with this route. I'm going to say we can do it. We've currently got a lot of waiting to do here because we were operating 2 trains. Our frequency was 400. Not frequency, our line rate was 400. As long as we can match that, we'll be in the money, as we're down to a single loco. What we are at the moment, it says 233. I'll ignore that. We're going to have to let this move on a little bit. It's quite a chunky train now, isn't it? Yeah, that's got some serious capacity. 336, and it does 120 kilometers an hour. The trains we replaced, I don't even think they were the 90 kilometers an hour ones. They may have been the 80s, the Swiss Crocodile. So yeah, this should prove to be profitable and still keep us at 400 line rate. Once we've tweaked it a little bit, we'll come back and check on that. It's busy, isn't it? Everything's go. Look at all the people driving around. It's lovely. There are lots of things we can do to tweak the cities, which we'll get around to. This bridge is being left for now. We're going to need to rebuild this section along the what would it be? The embankment, to get our train either under or over. One of two things are going to happen there. Probably over. We might go over the top, similar to how we did at Brig. Yes, Brig. We'll make it work though. Probably have it a little lower. We don't send any ships through here. This is still busy. We will have a rail network going down here. It's going to run down this way into Brienz. Ooh, there's something that I forgot about. I've been meaning to do this for a couple of episodes. We have a slight snafu here. The express is on the wrong platform. What it's been doing is blocking the freight trains on this platform here. If we just go and look, there we go, it stops. And on the shed goods line, which is not where we want it. We want it over there. And that's how the two passenger trains pull into the platform. There we go, into the station, I should say. We do need to work on this as well. Not going to do it just yet. We need to change it to be the Italian assets and the Italian station. We do have them. I will be doing that. How's this doing anyway? Pretty much maximum. And this is what these trucks are for. They're to deal with this. I like the guy that's just driving through our yard. 1972 that guy built his house. Is it you? Noah Hall. What are you doing, man? Our buses are looking a bit beaten up. It doesn't take long, does it? It doesn't take long at all. Oh, that reminds me. We've got to fix that, haven't we? And where are these? Where are these? There we go. We'll get these. We need to rework this, don't we? It's getting a bit busy. There might be a backlog here with passengers overflowing at the bus stop and being vaporized. I don't know what happens to them. Something happens to them. But yes, we've got to sort these buses out. The best place to do that is probably over here. If we get the vehicle manager and we only see what we can see and change it to buses. Couldn't we do this all together? It was these four. We can change all of those to normal. There we go. Lovely. That'll save us a few bob here and there. Now, we have more money in the bank. 55 million. Can we afford to consolidate our train here? Oh, we've got John Coltrane, haven't we? And Robbie Coltrane running that. Oh, I know. Whichever one we delete, probably John, is going to be moved over to this line. Yes, to this one here. So we're going to do it, guys. We're going to do it. This is going to be now John Coltrane. I mean, he's taking coal and iron. Okay, and this one is going to be removed. And we're going to make this work. We tried it early on in the series. We may even get rid of the Helix to achieve this. Payday coming. Go on, John. Get in there. Oh, we got some finances out. But there we go. There we go. I do want them to drop off all the coal. Although coal isn't a problem, it seems a bit of a waste, doesn't it? As long as he's empty, we can sell him. Right, there we go. Pause that. And sell you. We've got 60 million to build us a new coal train consist. Where are you? Up here. Now, my thinking with this is to actually reverse this and send it down this way direct. So this bridge becomes a single track. And instead we branch off and just head straight down. I believe our trains can manage the slope. Not only that, we could have done this the other way around, but I wanted to build this fancy Helix. I did. But now money's an issue, and we're not going to be able to build a lot of nice things if we're struggling with money. So I would like to improve this. The finances are not great. It has been making us a profit, and some years it makes us quite a chunk. As you can see, these 2 years here. However, we could improve that, couldn't we? We could leave the Helix in for now, but I would like to remove it. You'll have to let me know in the comments if that is the worst thing I could possibly do, is get rid of our pretty Helix here. It is nice, but it extends this section of the line. And if we make this a single track with a single train, we can branch this off and just dive straight down here. I believe we'll have the grade to run down this section. It would have been very pricey in the early days, as there's going to be a lot of terraforming involved. Not too much. We're not going to start changing the scenery. We're still going to run pretty much in line with the contours there. We'll be coming downhill here, so it doesn't matter how steep it is. And then we've got the gentle climb up that way instead, which in hindsight was probably the best way to do it anyway, as was pointed out, I believe. So yes, I did that. Right, grand. Change your train. Manage vehicle. You're not full yet, so what I'd like to do is make sure you've got a decent length on you now. We want to really match the platform length. I'm going to go for the RE44BLS. It is a beast. We're going to stick it on the existing network to start with. Now I'm going to go with lots of greys for this one, for this stone line, to make it very different when it comes to seeing them run down the track. So they look, I mean, when they pull in the station over at Interlaken, it'll be nice to see the mainly grey wagons of the coal line next to the pink ones of the iron line. We can use, I'll tell you what, we could use some of these OBBs, couldn't we? Yeah, we brought those in. That would work. How much is it going to cost us? It's going to cost us a fortune. I'm going for it. Oh, it's 400 metre. I think it might be a 400 metre station. I don't know now. I don't know how long it is. Let's just keep going. We can afford it. There we go. That's going to be it. That's our new consist. Wow. Oh, no. I was going to say that's really short, but I don't know because it's concertina, isn't it? I think. Yeah. Surely that's concertina. It might not be. We might be able to fit even more wagons on here. Can we? That's the question. I would like to. Yeah. Go for it. We'll put some more greys on the back. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Well, we'll take it to 500 meters, 560 capacity. That's our money spent, guys. And that is about perfect. Look at you go. Look at you go. As I said, we may need to work on the network a little bit. One thing I would like to do, which I said we'd do, is improve this junction. We could go underneath here, but I don't want to do too much to the scenery. It might happen though, because that would make a lot of sense for this to come under this junction and back up here and just bypass everything straight into the station. It might not be needed though. If we can get away with pretties, it will be lovely, wouldn't it? So what are we going to do with this? Well, you're not doing it now, are you, sir? You don't have any money. Which was to be expected because we just spent an absolute fortune. Unless we get a payday. If we can get a couple of million in the bank, I will do it. But it has to be a couple of million. Yeah, we spent what we spent on investments. 94.8 million. Almost 100 million in investments. Oh, there we go. Couple of million. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. We have another little payday coming up just here. I say little payday. It's got 210 units of fuel on it. It's interesting it will shove some of the fuel back here. That's a point. Do we have enough? Yeah, they're fine. They're fine. I was going to say, are we carrying enough through there? I think we are. We're shifting it as it's empty. There he goes. He's filling up now. We've got plenty of stone on there. I think everything is working just fine. Here comes that might be our first delivery. It'll be interesting to see the finance difference with this new setup. Obviously, we've got a much better loco to wagon ratio and, for that matter, capacity, as well as a beefier loco. However, it is going to cost us a lot more to run. The size is almost perfect. What sort of payday are we looking at? Well, there you go. It's going to cost us. Hopefully, it's not going to cost us 11 million. It's going to make us 11 million income, and 7.2 it used to be. So that's pleasant. This is perfect. Here's where I was talking about allowing our train to, if we could get on board this, couldn't we? Allowing our train to edge out of the junction sooner. I can't believe this is This is perfect. It does happen quite frequently because the fuel trains are frequent. So the less we're holding up our iron train, which we're going to balance, very fine balancing going on there. Soon as he gets past the end of the bridge, should release him, and by the time he's got up to speed, we should be chasing yellows if there were such a thing. But we can sort of represent that, can't we? With releasing trains early. Right. Do we need another intermediate signal? We might do. He's actually quite nippy. Off the mark, isn't he? Yeah, we might need another one. I don't know, though. It could be about perfect. Don't come to a stop. There we go. Chasing yellow. It would be lovely if they had yellow signals in this. Wouldn't it? Warning signals. I don't think that's what they're called. Why have I blanked on that? Caution signals. Right? Yeah, caution. Caution aspect. That would be cool. Where the train slows down to set speeds. So in the UK, for instance, if this signal ahead of us was a double yellow, the train would limit itself to whatever miles an hour that would be. Maybe 80. Maybe 80 miles an hour. And then if it came across a single yellow, it could slow itself down to 40 until the signal ahead clears. I would have that benefit in the gaming sense, but that'd be kind of cool. I would like to see something like that. I don't know whether the engine could handle it. It must know the blocks ahead. But anyway, I'm dreaming. We could probably improve this bit of track as well by upgrading it if we have the funds. We do. Making this high-speed track might improve some of this corner speed. We could straighten the corners a little bit, especially this one. What sort of speed are we running? It slows down to 109 with the slow track. If we upgrade that to high speed, do we get anything out of it? Not much. Okay, 134. I take it back. We get a lot of extra speed on that corner. There you go. That's what that's for. It just helps. It just helps with the cornering on slow speeds. I don't know whether we'll get much out of this. 54 to 59. I mean, it's better, isn't it? A little bit of speed is better. You just keep doing that across your network, and all of a sudden, you've gained a few months on your journey. There we go. That's a little bit quicker. Probably do the same here now as well. This is something I'll probably go ahead and do. Improve all of this. I mean, 52. We eked a few kilometers an hour out. That will do me. There we go. We got that up to 120 now. Now then, we have the money by a long way. It is time to improve that junction and widen this section of track a little bit. Where are we? Just here. Straight after the bridge. We're going to keep the bridge single. Just going to improve it. We might as well go with the quicker track here. It doesn't need to be too quick, the actual initial separation of the track there, as we're still going to be limited by this section, which may need a bit of a rework. I could probably get that tidier. I'll think about that. That's not what we're doing today, though. Right, here. This shouldn't be here. We're going to go up that way now and join in up here somewhere. That needs to go in there. That does need to go in there somehow. We could come off here, or we could come off further behind down here as well. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go off further back here so we separate earlier. I feel like, not chicken, I feel like, I almost sang it. I feel like we can come off somewhere where that waypoint was and come off straight, or straighter. And if we stick with the high speed and do something along these lines and stay straight and flat. That's not straight though, is it? There we go. Like that. And then we can come in up here somewhere, because we're not joining. I think 100 will do us. We're going to get rid of the tunnel. We're going to have a nice section here, a nice big wide section that we can maybe detail up. It doesn't really need to be 120, but I'll absolutely take it. There we go. And then that can just go all the way up like that. There we go, widened. That's tidied this junction up quite a bit. And then we should be able to do something like this with the other one and have it run like that instead. I kind of like this idea. The more I do it, there we go. And then we join in up here. This looks pleasant. Oh yeah, I like it. Then we can upgrade this and then that. Get it all nice and high speedy. Oh, and you've done the opposite there. You've removed the high speed. Not what you're supposed to be doing. That and that. Perfect. Might as well speed that up. And this. There we go. It's all being modernized. Eventually, we'll have it all high speed, I would imagine. I may look for the track mods that allow you to have the wooden sleepers, but high speed. Because aesthetically, they look great, don't they? Just mix it up a little bit. There we go. We'll put that all the way down there. We might as well do this as well. Make our intentions known as well for here. This entire section has all been upgraded. There we go. That's pleasant, isn't it? I like it. Now this is forever going to be wooden. I don't even know whether we'll use that, but it's staying in because we built it. And we are paying for that privilege, but it does look the part. This doesn't need to be in here anymore. Nope, that's gone. And we can upgrade this section as well, because this is a bit of a tight turn. Same with this. And across here, why not? We can get away with it. Oop, don't get rid of it. And definitely down here, as we're sort of sharing the main line for a little bit. Or the old main line. It's not so much the main line anymore. There we go. Well, since you're here, we may as well do this section as well. We are concentrating on this coal line quite a bit. We want it to be quite nippy. This could do with some tidying up and a little bit of straightening. Maybe working on this. We may even be able to send this tunnel right up now. Something like that. This was back in the day when we just could not afford to do things like that. Yeah, we could make a better go of this, I believe. Get rid of this. Right, hit play. Get rid of this. Straighten this up to come in smoother down here. As long as we've got the gentle grade, I don't mind. Right, so he's on his way. Robbie is on his way. He's the only coal train we have at the moment. We'll be able to compare the throughput here. Ignore it at the moment. We are going to need to make changes to the line to improve it. Possibly. I mean, it would be nice to anyway, because the longer it's sitting in the station, the less we're paying for it at the same rate. If we look at the finances here. Actually, look at the finances for the line. See, it's fine, wasn't it? It was fine, but we need to improve it. We need to make big money. Talking of which, while we do have a few funds available, well, 18 million, I would... Oh, you haven't put the signals here, have you? No. You might want to do that. Right, let's do that first before we do anything, because we need to keep that running, don't we? Yeah, and we can have that potence thing along here, couldn't we? I like those. POT. Yep, of course you lost focus. I don't know why you do it. POT. These ones will be ideal along here, just to keep things moving along. Same up here. We don't really intersect with opposing traffic, so we can have them close to the junction anyway. Closer than we would normally. Right, let's get us normal signals on here, on our gantries. Not those, these. Get them lined up perfectly. Oh, come on. Be easier to do it from that angle. There we go. There and there. I mean, for us... Is that right? Close enough, right? For us, freight's a big money earner. Huge, in fact. So we need to be doing things like this. Definitely. Do we need it anywhere else? We need one up here, don't we? Not that, though. It needs to be that. Oh, could be quite close to the junction. Now, the controlling signal is here for all of this. It should give possibly... No, it won't give that priority. That's fine, though. That's fine. Do we want a signal up here? It would mean blocking that. So, no, we don't. We do want one down here. Definitely. Something like that there. This doesn't need to be there any longer. In fact, nothing uses this line, so probably for scenery would have something like that up here. I'm pretty sure we don't use that. No, we don't. There we go. It's a little tidier. Should be a little quicker. We'll do something with this. Not while we're a bit short on cash. I've missed a bit of track. Undone. Fixed it. Okay. Okay. Does our train system work now? Our network. Train system. Oh, why not? I think so. I think the signals are far enough away. This is a bit of an issue, possibly. Yes, I don't really like you being there. That's a bit silly. You would more than likely want this back here, wouldn't you? In fact, yeah, we could use this again. This could be like that. And then we'll have signals here. One there and one there. Beautiful. That works. Do we want a blocking signal up here? It's a bit risky. I'm going to say yes. I would like to keep those moving. Definitely. Not that though. Just one of these. Just here. I would like those released sooner. That should be fine. That should be fine. Hit play. Do we want to hit play? No. Not yet. I want to make these just a bit longer. Just a little bit longer. We've got John now. It's not just train whatever number it was. Train 8, possibly. I don't know. I can't remember. But we're going to add a couple more wagons on both of these. So we'll go into here. John first. I'm going to say we're going to add the Italian wagons on the back. A couple on for you. You need 2. And a couple on for you. 672. I don't think they're too long. It's just going to eke out a bit more profit for us. If we do start to see a huge uptick in our profit margin, which I'm hoping we do, we can think about adding a 3rd train on there. How is this bit here? We might be able to take this double track just up to this bridge, shenanigans, and just have a little single bit of track there. I kind of like that. I don't know why that's 2-way. Probably make that 1-way. There we go. Yeah, we could probably extend that, although I don't know whether they sit and wait for each other much. Another thing we need to work on this station a little bit. Although, it's kind of nice, isn't it? I like it like this. Maybe give them some shelters, perhaps. Yeah, there's not much I really want to do with it. I sort of like it being the oldie station in places. And this line could do with an upgrade. It currently has crocodiles, I think, running it. It does. Which version of the crocodile is it? BRE94. Is that the German crocodile? I think so. That does 90, right? Details. That's emissions. Where's the speed? 90 kilometers an hour. That'll do for now. I mean, we're in the red. That's a good way to end it. We've been having the date paused for the last couple of episodes because we need to do this. I kind of let it slip. Oh, there's something we need to fix as well. I noticed this while I was looking at the... Not from there, though. Manage the line. Yeah, we need to wait until full at Zweisimmen. because I noticed a few trains pulling away and this getting backed up as we've increased the throughput here. But the trains would mosey on off and they were getting bunched up. It doesn't always help. You can end up bunching trains up, queuing up here, but 9 times out of 10 it will work in your favor. As I mean, for one, you're paying a little bit less. You're pretty much forcing spacing as well by having wait until full. The favorite thing I like it for is you can have longer trains, match the frequency. Looks a bit weird. Match the frequency and pay less maintenance on your track time. So yeah, we'll see how that works out though. That's still something I need to test. How are we doing down here? I'll be interested to see how this works as well, because we couldn't pull it off before. I still believe we'll need to tweak the network a little bit, this section, to get it working with a single train. But once we do, and if we don't have to change the landscape too much, I think it will be a big earner for us, as opposed to something we've just been using to get coal into here, really. We'll see. We'll see. This is making nice money now, isn't it? This line, the oil. I'm hoping it is. We're going to find out. Yes, look at that. That's lovely. That's lovely. And some years, big old chunks as well, depending on how close they're all running. How are the platforms? Absolutely jam-packed as per usual. The express is popular. Actually, Domo, the stopping express, has picked up some interest as well. That's good to see. And there goes another one of our freight trains. This is going to be widened further. We're going to have a fourth line running down here, as it's very congested with the commuters, which I like. The problem is we're really like condensed. Our network compared to real life is squished up, and these are big cities now. What are our cities doing? How are you doing, speeds? 857. Now that's 857 actual little people all in there. You have to remember as well that each of these products that we're delivering is also an agent or a person. A person in the shape of a spanner or a brick. Good explanation. But you know what I mean. You would have to add this to the population as well. I would like to see the option to have this as a more representative number of a city size. Bit of lag there. That would be nice to see if you want to. For me, I don't mind knowing how many actual Sims are walking around. It's kind of a nice number to know, isn't it? Toon is a bit different. Toon isn't Toon, is it? Toon for us is sort of this whole thing. You add Udendorf, Watt, Toon and Steffensburg all together to get this metropolis type thing going on, which is, I would imagine, quite big. We'll have to work that out. How's GT Towers looking? It looking beautiful. I like it. How we doing? Company score of 60. Not bad. Not bad. We're currently in the red though. Let's ignore that bit. Guys, it's good to be back. Right, I'm going to call it there. I don't know what we're going on. Maybe on our new coal loco, wherever it is. It does an interesting little run, doesn't it? This is it. That's perfect. You're just pulling in, so we'll try and time that for pulling out as well. I'm going to save it now. Alright guys, thanks for watching. That has been our return after the short break, just a week off. And when we come back, what are we doing? More network widening, I think. We need to widen there's a section I'd like to do between Visp and Brig to send the other freight train, the coal and iron trains, down the side of the expresses. I think that will help us a lot, and it won't be too out of the ordinary down there either. So we can do that with similar to what we've done just here. And also add the extra line for the passenger, the local commuters, down between Speets and Toon. That'll help no end. It might line us up quite nicely for a small local station at Gwot on either side. So one of the lines stops on the way back and one stops on the way there. That could work. I don't know how that would work. I'm thinking about that. I think we could maybe make the lines work for us that way. That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? A little local stopper at Gwot. Just an intermediate stop between the two major cities. So yes, we've got a bit more throughput here. I don't know whether we need more signals on the coal and iron line there, bypass. This junction is a little tidier. I prefer it. We do need to drop that mountain, although it kind of looks cool. I might leave it. Well, you let me know. Should we flatten it and put some maybe buildings in there or something? I don't know. We could put similar to the little electric sheds and stuff that we've been doing around the map. That might be better. How are we doing on speed? It's not too bad, is it? 52 kilometers an hour around there. It used to drop down to, I believe, around 40 something. 46, 44, somewhere around there. That again, we've eked out a few kilometers an hour on this route. And perfect. I like it. He's waiting for us. That's a good sign. Right then. Yes. I'm going to go ahead and think of how we're going to do these tweaks. Do you want to see the big Helix spiral thing gone? I think we might need to. If we don't do it, we're basically admitting that we're paying for that privilege, because it won't be as efficient. However, possibly changing the other tunnel we're about to come up to into a more direct tunnel should work for us, because we're empty running up, and that doesn't matter how steep we are then, since we're empty, and we're full on the way down, so there's no stopping us once we join in with this track. Alright guys, it's been good. It's been good to be recording again and chatting to you. I will see you down in the comments, and until next time, take care.